Asian stocks fall as virus fears spook markets, hit tourism. Bangkok, AP, shares tumbled Monday and the few Asian markets open as China announced sharp increases in the number of people affected in an outbreak of a potentially deadly virus. Many regional markets, including China's, were closed in Asia for Lunar New Year holidays. Australia was closed for Australia Day. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 index sank 1.8% at 23,389.49. India's Sensex lost 0.4% to 41,466.45, while the benchmark in Thailand dropped 2.2%. Indonesia's share benchmark was 0.8% lower. China announced it was extending its week-long public holiday by an extra 3 days as a precaution against having the virus spread still further. By midnight Sunday, the National Health Commission said 80 people had died out of 2,744 cases that were confirmed. Various governments have announced plans to evacuate people from Wuhan, the central Chinese city at the center of the pandemic. China halted outbound tours and Wuhan and some other cities stopped public transport, obliging tens of millions of people to stay where they are at the time of the country's peak travel season. The virus can cause pneumonia and other severe respiratory symptoms. The World Health Organization has so far held off on declaring the situation a global emergency, which would bring more money and resources to fight it, but could trigger economically damaging restrictions on trade and travel. Traders who would be typically discussing the weekend football results are now sadly focusing on mortality scores this morning, Stephen Innes of Corp said in a commentary. Apart from the direct impact on tourism and travel, any economic shock to China's colossal industrial and consumption engines will spread rapidly to other countries through the increased trade and financial linkages associated with globalization, he said. On Friday, the S&P 500 had its worst day since early October, dropping 0.9% as healthcare stocks saw steep losses. The sell-off followed news that a Chicago woman had become the second U.S. patient diagnosed with the new virus from China. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 0.6% and the Nasdaq Composite lost 0.9%. The yield on the 10-year Treasury fell to 1.64% from 1.74% Thursday. Drug maker Bristol Myers Squibb led the slide in healthcare stocks, shedding 4.2%. Health insurers also fell. United Health Group dropped 2.2% and Amgen lost 3.4%. Banks and other financial sector companies also took heavy losses, with credit card issuers among the biggest decliners. Discover Financial Services tumbled 10.1% and Synchrony Financial slumped 9.8%. Airlines and several other companies in the travel and tourism industries fared poorly amid worries about the potential economic impact of the virus. United Airlines fell 5% and American Airlines dropped 5.6%. Cruise line operator Carnival fell 4.4%. For more on this story, visit the news article link.